We are recording now. So this call is being recorded for those who are not with us on this very first call of our August Coach Mentorship Group. Sorry, just FYI, we're in the middle of moving, and so everything behind me, just ignore it. Don't let it distract you. Okay, but tonight, what we're going to be talking about is the basic, the vital behaviors for coaching. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If you can hear me okay, would you just give me like a thumbs up while I'm talking? Okay, cool. Okay, so here, the vital behaviors of coaching. This is what is really cool about this business, is that it's super simple. And no matter how big or successful you get, it all comes down to these basic behaviors and doing them every single day. I actually don't do them on Sundays, so I do take a day of rest, which I think I would encourage you to do, but that means the other days you're hustling, right? So there are 4 vital behaviors, and they're invite, be proof the product works, do your personal development, and recognize. So we're just going to go through each one of those. I think it's really important. Like I said, even though I've been coaching for over 2 years, I love doing this call because it reminds me of the vital behaviors. Like, it reminds you that no matter how successful I get, it all comes down to these behaviors. And if you do them every single day consistently, you will grow. And if you do them in large quantities and in high amounts, you're going to grow quicker, if that makes sense. So the first one, in my opinion, that's most important is to do your personal development. So personal development can be reading a book. If you guys are in our team challenge group right now, we're reading Girl Wash Your Face. Reading anything that's going to like challenge you and encourage you is so important, because especially in this business, you are going to have people tell you that you're in a pyramid scheme, that this is a scam, that you're never going to be successful. You're going to have lots of times it's going to be your friends and family that love you the most that tell you that you need to stop. Or it's going to be your own negative self-talk, like saying that you're not good enough, that, you know, it works for other people, but it doesn't work for you. It's so common to have that happen. And so if you're feeling discouraged, then increase your personal development. I'm going to be straight up with you guys because you're all girls. When I'm on my period, I know that I have to do more than 10 minutes of personal development every single day, or I get so discouraged and I literally find myself wanting to quit, which is ridiculous because I love this job. But still, there are things in life that will get you down if you aren't on top of it. So I just know there are certain weeks of the month that I'm going to increase my personal development. Even being pregnant right now, especially in the first trimester, my hormones were whack, and I would literally do like an hour of personal development a day. But the cool thing is that you don't have to do that. All you need to do is 10 minutes or 10 pages a day. So that can be 10 minutes of listening to a podcast, 10 minutes of reading a book. It can be going on YouTube. This is what I did when I first started. I didn't have any money to even buy a book. I had $20 left in my bank account when I started. And I was a single mom. I had nothing. And so I went onto YouTube and I searched motivational videos for success, and I straight up listened to those podcasts when I was in grad school, traveling to and from my internship site. I listened to those in the car, and those changed my mindset. So every single day you have to do personal development. If you end up messaging your coach or you message me and you say you're discouraged, one of the first things I'm going to ask you is, are you doing your personal development? And if the answer is no, then I'm probably going to redirect you to go do that and then talk to me. It's so important, you guys. So that's number 1. The second vital behavior is you need to be proof the product works. So that means if you are a coach, you better be doing a program. So at any point in time, your upline, which is the coach who signed you up, should be able to say, what workout program are you doing? And you should be able to list it off just like that. Right now I'm doing before lift. Well, I'm doing lift 4, not before lift 4. I'm doing lift 4. And I will be doing that until my baby comes. Like, no matter what, you have to be doing a program, because if you're not, and if you're like putting that off until the end of the day and you just don't get around to it, then why in the world would anybody want to join you, right? And if you're not working out and it's not changing your life every day, if you're not sticking to the nutritional program, that doesn't mean you have to be perfect. And if you're not drinking your shake, like, you really are just kind of selling something. You're not inviting. It really starts with like, you have to be a product of the product. And I think what's really important too to realize is that being a product of the product does not mean that you have like perfect abs and you're in perfect shape, but it means the program is constantly changing who you are from the inside out, right? So right now for me, every week I'm actually gaining more and more weight because I'm pregnant, but I am still proof the product works because of what it's doing for me financially, what it's doing for my mindset, and what it's doing for my body because I'm strong inside, and that translates to other areas of my life. So don't think that being proof the product works means that you have to be perfect. In fact, some of the best coaches are people who are not in like perfect shape or who have the best rocking, never cheating, never eating a cookie bodies. Like, because you need to be vulnerable and you need to attract people. And if you're perfect and they think they have to be perfect to be in your group or to be on your team, it's going to be really hard to find people, because I personally don't know anyone who doesn't cheat on their meal plans. Like, you want to attract real people, and the only way that you're going to do that is if you're real. So the first vital behavior was personal development. The second was be proof the product works. So be a product of the product every single day. You should be proof the product works. And what I want to say to that too is, I know that it's really, really hard to post pictures of yourself and your own transformation journey. I do not think that you have to do it in short shorts and a sports bra. You're never going to hear me tell you to do that. I think that if you feel comfortable doing that, do it. And if you don't. You can definitely post pictures of yourself and of your own transformation with fully clothed, right? Like, so don't let that stop you just because you see maybe other people doing that. You do what is good for you. You do you. But I would say every 60 days, you need to have a transformation. Otherwise, like, what are you doing, you know? And it doesn't have to be this huge thing. You might look the same in both photos, but you can still do a transformation and say how your life has improved in the last 60 days, okay? So that's be proof the product works. Vital behavior number 3 is, I'm going in the order that's most important to me, so I just need to look. Personal development, do your freaking workout. The next one I'd say is invite. All right, you guys ready? Because this is a really, really tricky topic. When it comes to inviting, I'm just going to say straight up, I told myself when I signed up that I would never be the business owner that randomly cold messages people that I don't even know and that I've never talked to. And I've had a lot of people tell me that I won't be successful, but our team is in the top 1% of the company, and we're a premier team. And maybe you don't know what that means, but that's a big deal. And so I wanted to be a testimony and proof that you do not have to completely cold message people to be successful in that business. Because we all know what that's like when you get a message from someone who you don't know or you literally haven't talked to in years, asking you to like buy something, right? So if you are into cold messaging, that is 100% fine. Like, it is your business. You run it how you want. And so no judgment, like absolutely none. But I want to be very clear that you don't have to do it that way. For me, I will cold invite, meaning if I post a transformation photo and somebody likes it, and maybe I have never talked to them before, I am so passionate about this business that I am definitely going to message them privately and say, hey girl, I saw you like my transformation post. I just have to ask, are you interested in joining our group? It's as simple as that. And to me, that's not a cold invite because they liked the photo. So yeah, they're probably going to say no, and they're probably going to say no to me for the next 3 months probably. But they did like that photo for a reason. And so what would be salesy of me is to invite them one time. They say no, I get all embarrassed. I scratch them off my list and I never contact them again. Like, then that really says that I was literally just going for the sale. What is not being salesy is that I'm going to write their name down. And the next month when I have a new group start, I'm going to message them and just say, hey, I know September wasn't a good time for you. It's October now. I'm starting a brand new group. I know you like that transformation photo I did a while ago. Is it the right time for you to join? That's how I do it. So if you are not going to just cold invite everybody in your friends list, then you need to have ways where you're connecting with people. And one of my favorite ways to do that is just to straight up be posting really good posts on Facebook where people will like it and where you can connect with them that way. And I think for those of you who listen to the National Wake Up Call, one of my favorite things about it that I wanted to make sure I address with you guys, if you're a new coach and you don't know, Beachbody Coach 411 or Team Beachbody 411, I don't know, it's in Bloom. Every single morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, there's a National Wake Up Call, and it's so good. Like, it is such a good call. And that call I listen to religiously. Like every Monday, I re-listen to that call. And today, the coach was saying that if you had the cure for a disease, would you not go tell everyone that you had that cure? You'd go knock on everyone's door and be like, you guys, I have the cure for this disease, right? You'd be so freaking proud of it. Like, you'd own it. You wouldn't be like, oh, I have the cure for a disease, but I don't know if you want to hear about it. Like, no, you wouldn't do that. You'd be banging down people's doors. And you'd be telling all of them, tell people with me, which is inviting to the coaching opportunity, right? So we need to shift our mindsets to realize we have the cure for a disease, you guys. Like, there are so many women and men, but I mean, my target audience is obviously women. But there are so many families who need this. There are so many moms who need this, and we have the cure. And so there's nothing to be embarrassed about. If you're not inviting, you are not doing your job. So set a goal. Tell yourself, I'm going to invite 3 new people a day. I'm going to post every day and share about my journey. And if people say no, just do some more personal development, brush it off, and realize that I have been told no for like a year and a half. And I have people joining me now who are like, oh, maybe I should have said yes a year and a half ago. And I'm like, yeah, it takes time. And the other thing with that is if you're just inviting, but you are not posting on your social media saying, I'm working out, I'm drinking my shake, I'm doing my personal development, my life is changing. And I'm not saying you have to be salesy every post. You don't want every post on your Facebook to be about fitness, because you don't want to attract people who are just into fitness. You want to attract real people. But if you're not posting that and you're just inviting, when you invite somebody, the first thing they're going to do is go to your page. And if you're not showing that you're a product of the product and that you're in it, they're going to say no. But like, inviting is like planting seeds. And then showing up on social media and sharing your journey is like watering those seeds. So you can't have one without the other. You can't just be watering and saying you're amazing and not having a solution for anyone. And you can't just be inviting and then just like letting the seeds die. Like, it's a really tricky balance, but that's why you want to work with your coach one-on-one and have them help you, like tell them what you're struggling with. If you don't have an active upline coach, well, I know the coaches on this team and they're all amazing, but if for some reason you don't have one, which is very possible, then contact me. Like, I will talk to you. I'll mentor you, whatever you guys need. You're on this call. So in my book, you're already like showing me that you care, and like, I will answer your messages anytime. Okay. And then the very last post, the very last vital behavior, number 4, is to recognize. So I need to check the time. Okay. It's 5:11. Good. So recognizing is a lot easier when you have challengers who have joined you, who said yes. And it's a lot easier when you have coaches on your team. I right now could easily do a recognition post about, I know everyone except Vicky on this call, but hi Vicky, but I could literally make a post about Ruth and Jamie, and I could make a post about everybody and show that they are, being a product of the product, that you guys show up for personal development. I could say Ashley runs the most amazing free group that I have ever seen done. And so in doing that, in recognizing people, number 1, it takes your eyes off yourself, where it's like, I'm not just in this business to make money and to hit 1 million Success Club points. You guys will learn what that means. The point is other people. And when you can make it about other people, it makes this job way more fun. And it's going to keep you going, right? So that can just mean maybe on your Facebook page, you have a challenger who's been really showing up. So you make a post about them. I always ask permission first. I just think that's important because you don't want to embarrass anybody, but that is a vital behavior. Or maybe it means going in our team page when you have a brand new coach and welcoming them to the team. We're a family, and the better that I do, the better you do. The better you do, the better I do. Like, we're a team and we work together. And so recognition is just a huge part of the business. And as you develop a team, your coach will also work more with you on that. So every single day, your vital behaviors are: you do your workout, you work on your mind, preferably first. That's right. So do your personal development, work your mind, work your body, also drink your shake, invite, and recognize. You guys, this is the easiest, best job ever. For the first year and a half, I never worked more than an hour on this business. And I've been able to grow it to my full-time job, where now it's a blessing for me to be able to work 5 hours a day if I want, on my time, because I'm my own boss. It has literally changed my life. For those of you who don't follow me on Facebook, we're doing a house remodel right now, and we're putting in like $50,000 into our house, and we're doing that off of my paycheck. No going into debt. Like, every week, because we all get paid every week, right? It goes directly to the house budget. Like, it's such a blessing, and it's such a great job. I would do it if I never made another penny. So be excited about this next chapter of your journey. And normally these calls go till 5:30, but I like to talk for like 15 minutes really, really fast, and then open it up to you guys for questions. So I'm going to unmute everybody so that you don't have to raise your hand. You can just ask a question. And if you haven't done the training, it's going to go a little bit more into what a power hour is. But a lot of the vital behaviors are basically, you do them in a day plus a few other things, and you can fit it into an hour. And so you work your business an hour a day. So to kind of put maybe the vital behaviors in the context of the bigger coaching job, like, what does it look like to be a coach every day? Vital behaviors plus a few more things in 1 hour a day. That's really all you have to do. It's super simple. Okay, so I'm going to unmute everybody, and then you guys can ask questions if you have any. If you don't, that's okay too. I know that was a lot of information, so I'm just going to give it silence for a minute, and if you have a question, just shoot it out there, because somebody else probably does too.
So, Sue, I don't have a question, but I will say to the coaches on this call, at first, your power hour, because you're still getting used to it, might be an hour. It might be an hour and a half, just because you're getting used to the process and everything. But once you get it down, you can get it down less than an hour a day if you are productive about it and if you're organized and everything. Because if you're just scrolling through Facebook, it's going to be longer than an hour, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, I didn't get anything done.
Yeah, so. I would completely agree with Jamie. And the cool thing is, like I said, you decide at what pace you go. So if you're like, I want to be making $1,000 a week as soon as possible, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to need to work more than an hour a day. That takes a long time. If that's your goal, girl, you message your coach or you message me, and I will tell you, this is how you're going to get there. Like, it is totally doable, but just know you're going to have to 10 times your effort. If you haven't read the book, The 10 Times Rule or 10X Rule, it's a good book. So the faster you want to go, you're going to be working more hours, right? But you can be a hobby coach and make a couple $100 a week, just working an hour a day. But like Jamie said, it does take time to get in the habit of not scrolling or watching random videos on Facebook.
I have a question. So, like, for all of like the compensation stuff, is that all covered in training?
Yes, it will be covered in training. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. That part to me is really confusing. My mind doesn't think like that, but I have some coaches who are like, oh no, like, I got this compensation plan down. They go on YouTube and they look it up. If you work really well like that, there is some in the training, but I can also maybe send you some videos. But just know that, like, if you don't understand it, just be like me and just trust the process, and just know that I'm like, oh yes, like every Thursday I get paid. I don't always understand how it all comes in. But I do know that one of you guys, if you're really wanting to earn an income with this business, your first goal has got to be to get to Emerald. Emerald is, you have 2 coaches. You've got a coach and you have 2 legs, right? It looks like a triangle, but it's not, like a scheme. So you've got 2 coaches. Once you get those 2 coaches, every single week, you're going to be making money off of our team. That's a complicated thing, but there's a video about it. And we also will cover that in week 3 of this group. We cover kind of the Emerald cycle situation. So your goal is to get 2 coaches, and a lot of people will sign up their spouse and like a friend just to get themselves to Emerald. And then if you help 3 people get a challenge pack, which is hitting Success Club 5, the very next month, if you're an Emerald coach, you hit Success Club, you get free customers from the company. So on average, every month, I get like 10 to 20 free customers from Beachbody. And I wouldn't have that if I wasn't an Emerald coach at least hitting Success Club. So that's really important, and that will really help your income a lot. So yeah, Ruth, if you're wanting more about the income, like totally good question. And I feel like you would actually probably understand it. Do the training, and then I can send you some videos too that I have on YouTube.
Yeah.
I have a question, Sue.
Yeah.
Do you have a flow for your posts, like a transformation post and recognition post? Because I try to follow Bob Heilig's rule, the 80-20 rule or whatever. So I don't want to overdo it, but I don't want to like underpost either. And I want to have a little more of a flow with the posts that I do. So do you have an idea for that?
Yeah. So when I first started, I feel like I was very systematic. Like I was like inspirational quote in the morning. Tuesday always had a transformation post. And I really tried to like never talk about Beachbody in some posts. The thing for me is I try never to mention the word Beachbody. I like curiosity marking. I like to say I'm doing this my program. I don't say a program. I say like my program. Come join my group. It shows ownership. I think that's really important. But I think the more you practice, the more that you can incorporate coaching and our challenge group and this lifestyle into almost every single post you do. Like even if it's just about your family. But I do kind of have a natural flow. I like to talk about income on Thursdays, and I try not to say like a specific amount that I'm earning. Just some days I feel really courageous when I do it. But I mean, okay, for an example, when I first started, I made like $110 the first week, and that was a huge deal to you guys. That was so much money to me. That wasn't like, and it still is a big deal. If I made that much even now, I'd be like, that's fantastic. Like doing this job today. And I posted the exact amount, and I got my first coach from that post, and she's one of my diamond coaches. She's a top coach on our team now because I said the amount, because in her mind, she was also like, that can cover my groceries. That's a big, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of wandering off, but like I do like to kind of have somewhat of a flow. For me, I know if I'm like, okay, I need to invite more because I'm not hitting Success Club this month, I'm going to throw up a Beachbody, just a minute, transformation before and after photo. You can get them from the Beachbody blog, but they're really good. And if you need help finding them, ask your coach because they can help you. These are really important to do. I would say maybe do like one a week because it's a true story of someone who has obviously like done really well with it. And then every single person who likes that, which it's pretty easy for people to like that, they're going to get an invite from me. So I guess you can say I don't really have a flow, but I kind of do have a flow.
Yeah. No, you got one.
Be consistent. And I kind of like have a theme. So like Mondays tends to be about my, what workout I'm doing. Tuesdays is about transformations. Thursdays is about paydays. Or I like to do transformation photos on Sunday too, because it's kind of a prime time when people are sitting on their phones scrolling.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But some coaches are a lot better with scheduling. Like Melanie Mitro is the #1 coach. She's been the #1 coach for 4 years. That girl is like organized and she plans out her entire month before. So I think it just depends on your personality too. Amy, do you plan out your posts or do you just kind of wing it?
I try and plan out my post every Sunday night.
Yeah.
But then something comes up, like especially my morning posts. Like I'll have them all planned out, have the picture or the inspirational quote all done and ready, and then my kids will be little poop heads or something, and I'm like, then I got to post about that because that's on my mind.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just works, and then you can save that other post that you plan for another day.
Yeah. I
But,
think it's good to be prepared. If you don't have a plan at all, then you're going to end up throwing a crap post up there, and that's not helpful.
Right, and then it's going to take you 30 minutes to plan that post.
Yeah. So definitely have a plan, but
right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't finished all the training videos yet, but I watched like the 2-minute one on signing up your spouse.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't want to work the business. What's the advantage of signing him up?
Okay. So I will tell you, that was one of the things that I was so sad about when I first started, because I started as a single mom. And so I didn't have anybody to sign up who I could also work their business until just recently. I got married in January, and I still don't work his account because now I don't need to. So I do like the fact that you don't have to. Like, if you literally do not have the money to sign up your spouse, you don't have it. That's okay. You can still be successful. But if you do, and maybe it's too important to do it because it gets skin in the game. Like, okay, now you got 2 Shakeologies you got to pay for. Like, time to hustle, seriously hustle and earn some money. But one of the pros of it is that, like, I have a diamond coach on my team, and her goal is to hit 1-star diamond, which is a big income jump. But she doesn't necessarily have working coaches on her team. So what she can do is she gets herself to Success Club 5, right? Then she goes over to her husband's account, and all she does is sign people up through him. And she tells them, like, hey, I have part of my, my business is opened under my husband's account, under his name. So it's going to say he's your coach. I'm still your coach. But basically, you just duplicated yourself. So you can, like, get a coach to a rank that you want that helps your income. Because remember, we all help each other. So it's, like, seriously one of the best things that you can do. When you hit 2-star diamond, you get to open a second business account. So you get to sign up again. So I'm at 4-star. So I've got myself going 2 times already. So that's doubling my income all the time. But if you've got a spouse, you have that from the get-go. Like, it's pretty sweet. Jamie, would you agree with that? Because you do have a spouse signed up.
Yeah, I have my husband signed up, and I've been a coach for 1.5 years now, and I've had him signed up from the beginning, and he just now really started working out with me. But so what I'm doing, we're not getting 2 shakes a month. I have my Shakeology coming from me, and then I have the performance line, the recover and stuff coming out of his, so that he stays active. Because you only need 50 PV to get an active coach. So that's what I'm using for him.
Yeah. And it was one of the ways that you got to Emerald really quick, Jamie.
Yeah.
There was a coach right there. Then you found one other person and hit Emerald, and like that, rank advance. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Did you watch the video that Jessica did in Dare to Dream on that topic?
I don't think so. Not yet.
I should, Sharon's your coach, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you send me a friend request, I can tag you in that video, or you can just ask Sharon, hey, can you tag me in the Jessica Bowser Nelson video about signing up your spouse? Because it's a really good video, and she explains it really, really well.
Okay. She just added me to the Dare to Dream.
Perfect. Yes.
Is it just on there?
Yeah, it's really hard to find. So just have her tag you. Then you don't have to look for it. Or you can shoot me a friend request or whatever, and I can tag you in it too.
Okay.
But it's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
And where I need to go, so I gotta leave.
All right. Talk to you.
Not late, because
All right.
trip with you guys later. Thank you.
All right. See you later, Ruth.
Bye, Ruth.
Okay. Do you guys have it's 5:27, so any other questions?
Have you, I got one more thing. I guess it's not a question, but have you ever had anybody look at your posts and say, that's not the same person when you did a transformation post on Beachbody? I totally had that experience. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't know how to take that. I was like, they're not the same person, but I was taking it like, obviously they looked like they were totally changed.
Yeah.
One picture they had sad face. Next picture, they look pretty happy. So, but she goes, no, Ashley, literally, that is not the same person. And I was like, okay, my bad. I don't know.
What I would do is wherever you got that photo, I have redirected people to the Beachbody blog and been like, feel free to read her whole story. I put in a clip.
Yeah.
I would do that privately. But in my head, what I think when people hate at all on what we do is I think when they see that transformation post and that person looks completely different, sometimes it can remind them of how they didn't go for it. And so they don't want to believe it's possible for them, because if it's possible for them, then their excuses are crap, right? So I think people sometimes automatically respond with, that's not true. Well, just because it reminds them of how they haven't hit their goal yet. Like, so I kind of just, I do that. But I have private message people. And you know what? I've had one girl who is just hating on every transformation post I did. And so I just unfriended her. I was like, all right.
Bye, Felicia.
We can only have so many friends on our Facebook list anyway, so I'm just gonna say ta-ta. And I've had people unfriend me, and then they come back and are embarrassed, and they message me and they're like, I unfriended you a year ago because you were annoying me, but now I want to join. I'm like,
good thing God gives grace to the humble, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm like, if I was being annoying, then that's good, because I was getting my message across. Yeah, so actually just refer them back. Like, or you can even publicly address it. If they publicly say something on your post, I would publicly respond with the link to the article so that you can just show them. Yeah, actually it is for real.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. And then just consider the source. But that's why we're a team, you know, and I think one of the most important things besides personal development is just knowing that you have a team, and that no matter how rude somebody is to you or whatever, there's somebody else on this team who's been there, done that. I know I have my girls. I've got Jamie and Megan and some who've been there since the beginning, that when somebody hurts my feelings, I just message them and I'm like, you guys, this happened to me today. And it just makes me feel better, because
that's awesome.
It's going to happen. If you're not creating waves, then, you know, maybe you're not really being clear on your message.
For sure.
Yeah. Hey, Morgan, I'm seeing you hop on.
Hi.
Hey, we're just wrapping up, but I did record this for you. So I've got it all recorded.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So you guys, thank you for coming on. Morgan, I know you tried to get on time. Thanks for hustling, girl. I will, it'll take me just it might take an hour for this to upload, but I will post the recording in the Coach Mentorship group, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you guys, have a good night, and we'll talk to you.
All right, good night, Sue.